when you write a story based on fact, the common question that you're asked is, what's true? And so I thought it made sense with this next little clip of Taj's to do a quick little introduction. This next clip, he talks about the time that he spent in London, and it's arguably the area of the story where I deviated the most. And when I say that, in truth, Taj went to London as a youth to serve a mission for his church, and so he was there for 2 years before he returned home. I changed that to be a study abroad student because as a missionary he interacted with a number of different people, and I felt like to introduce that many people into the story would really just slow things down. And he did have the same experiences. He had the memories, the flashbacks. He was nervous at first to interact with so many Indian people, people who looked just like him. And so that all is true and did happen. But we just made one character that he could interact with, that he could bounce these experiences off of for the sake of, like I say, pacing and flow to keep the story moving along. But the important thing is that he did draw a map while he was in London. He did have these memories of curry and of the fabric and of food and of his childhood. And really, he came home from London determined to hopefully one day have the opportunity to go back and try and find his family.
Got called to serve in England, first time out of the country. I still remember that as I was tracting for the first time, I was literally afraid of anybody that was colored. And it took me a few months. And I would literally make my mission companion sit next to the, blacks because I just didn't, I don't know. So that was kind of interesting for me as I look back upon it. Then he put me into the Indian area, and as we were going through the Indian area, something just remarkable happened. As I would be tracting, we'd be going down through these streets that are narrow and small doors, and then the whiff of Indian curry it was like changing the channels on a television set. And suddenly I get bombarded with memories as a child that I had for 10 years encapsulated in my mind, and suddenly these memories just smacked me. And then I would see the Indian dress,
Fabric,
the fabrics and the colors and the people, and it was quite awesome. Suddenly I'm seeing this. I'm a man in my mind. This is who I am, and suddenly I've got childhood memories as a scared kid, and By the way, I could tell you about in high school, I went through so many different emotions of who am I, why am I here, what the heck happened to my family. There's just so many feelings and emotions that we could spend an hour upon. But going back to England, I suddenly I'd have these memories of me walking the streets. I'd have memories of me, the city and where I would walk, where the garbage cans I ate out of, the factory that I used to work at as a child, the home and the ponds and the little rivers we used to swim at. Anyway, I came home from India with London with a very good map, a rough idea as a child to remember of where I came from. And I actually started to embrace the fact that I had another life.
So you remembered your mom, your parents, your family,
yeah.
And you really had blocked all that.
I did for 10 years or so. And it did, and along with it came this urgency of, I gotta. I didn't know what to do. I was still a kid, but I had that desire to find out more.